is. Y'all listening, resonate.
Black City, yeah, we flip like a Mac. Flip, mic check, 1, 2, breaking it back. Talk, rope talk, yeah, we live with the facts. Podcast rain, yeah, we running the pack. Tag team flow, triple threat on the track. Gold belt shine, put the show on the map. Podcast kings, no cap in the chat. Turnbuckle talk, bring the pain, that's a rap. In the bull like I'm walking the ramp. Pyro go boom, crowd chant, it's a stamp. Host Lee Houston, he calling the camp. Breaking down angles, no gimmick, just stamp. Real Rumble vibes, 30 men deep. Elbow drop, knowledge, put the doubters to sleep. Hot tag moment when the convo leak. Mike skill sharper than the ladder man's peak. Spin like a tornado DDT. Spin, analyze the finish, who booked the feet. From curtain jerk up to the main event seats. We dissect promo like mania event. Suplex City, yo, we flip like a Mac. Mic check, 1, 2, breaking it back. Top rope talk, yeah, we live with the facts. Podcast ring, yo, we running the pack. Drip so icing like the Intercontinental. David DeMarvel, Burton Monumental. Monday Night War, Lance Meadows on some wrestling candy ass. Hall of Fame talk, legendary credential. Backstage rumors, soprano turn. Table spot flames, let the hardwood burn. Steel case.
Welcome everybody to Wrestling Tracks. Lee Houston, David Burton in the house. We are getting up there, man. We're about a week away from WrestleMania.
Absolutely. You got people getting injured and people returning from injury just before WrestleMania.
Man, look at let's talk about. I think we did last time because somebody had some stuff to do, so it kind of threw off my flow. That's all right. But anyway, I think we did talk about it. If we did, I'm talking about it anyway. I don't know if probably did, but I'm talking about it anyway. Everybody was expecting an old school, like somebody Randy Orton was talking to be somebody, you know. Ted DiBiase Jr. of all people. His daddy. Somebody, anybody. But nobody, for good reason, expected it to be freaking Pat McAfee.
That's true.
Like, what is this? Pat McAfee?
Which I like the idea. It was somebody no one was expecting. But to be honest, they don't need him there. They don't need him.
Yeah. Now,
Pat McAfee.
Hey, you go. I can barely hear you. Say again.
I said you don't need Pat McAfee, and they don't need Charlie Butler.
Yeah. Now,
Don't need him.
Pat McAfee.
I'm sure he was good enough for that.
Pat McAfee had some good points, but like it was like I read somewhere what Pat McAfee had to say. It was a good message, just the wrong messenger.
I agree. That's true.
You know, because like he had good points, man. Like this era now has gone to hell in a handbasket in the world of wrestling. But as far as the person delivering that promo, it could have been anybody else but Pat McAfee. And as Pat McAfee's doing this promo, Randy Orton is whooping Cody Rhodes' ass.
That's true. And it sucks because, again, they don't need him. And a lot of people are saying it's a TKO thing, getting involved in WWE storyline, which does hurt a little.
Now, in my opinion, and I have the right to say this as a shareholder first and foremost, TKO is crossing the line just a tad bit. It's one thing to make a business decision. Now you're interfering with wrestling stuff. Okay?
Yeah.
It's one thing if TKO made a corporate decision, and that's a TKO decision, and WWE can't do a thing about it. Okay, that's fine. That's business. This right here is wrestling. And last time I checked, TKO, you don't know shit about wrestling.
I cold-heartedly agree.
You know.
And what about Liv Morgan suffering a concussion or what? So we're going to keep her out of wrestling until WrestleMania.
Oh, I think you're talking about
the big knot that she had on her forehead. Roxanne Perez also had one.
Well, yeah, Liv Morgan was talking shit about Stephanie Vacker's mama, and you thought you gonna just get away with that?
She did that. She gave them both nuts in their foot. That's crazy.
Now, Roxanne Perez, on the other hand, wrong place, wrong time. Hey, they was backstage talking, and she got caught up. I understand. That's one thing. But
their foreheads just swelled up like golf balls.
Liv Morgan, on the other hand, she deserved that. Roxanne, she happened to be there, and they was talking, and Stephanie just beat the shit out of Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
And Stephanie, I don't think Stephanie for now has a problem with Roxanne Perez at the moment. She just happened to get caught up in that. Yeah. And you can't go, you can't come out looking like that. So she gonna be missing WrestleMania for a while.
Yeah, she got. I didn't realize she got over that damage.
There's a pimple popper, a doctor who specializes in popping pimples.
Those were not pimples. They had swelled up like golf balls.
Yeah, I know, but she would love to squeeze the shit out of that thing, man. I can say shit a lot, but yeah, she would love to squeeze that thing.
Yeah, that's not squeezing out. As huge as that.
Oh man.
Today, they revealed what nights the matches are going to take place on. So this is Saturday, April 18th in night one. The match of the nights are the Division, Iron Shirt Speed versus LA Member, the tag match. The unsanctioned match, Jacob Tattoo versus Megan. This is definitely the king. AJ versus Becky. Women's Intercontinental title. Fatal 4-way for the women's tag team title. Irresistible forces. The Bellas. Bayley. Wyatt Valkyrie. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Seth Rollins versus Gunther. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, undefeated WWE Championship. Night 2, Introduction. Almost only battles Brock Lesnar. The Intercontinental Championship ladder match will now have 6 participants. Rey Mysterio, who's going to take part in the events. Return from injury. It'll be Rey Mysterio, Penta, Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, J.D. McDonald, and Rusev. Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley, Women's Championship match. Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams, United States Championship match. Ben Balor returns as the Demon to battle Dominic Mysterio. And lastly, CM Punk will battle Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight match. The Demon is back. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, yeah, and Braun Breaker, he's been cleared to return. But here's the thing. He's been cleared to return by his personal doctor, not by WWE's doctor. Which I'm sure that's a pain in the ass for a lot of wrestlers. Yeah. You go to your own doctor, and your doctor tells you, okay, you're good to go. And WWE has their own doctor, and they tell you no. And you're like, what the hell?
Well, I understand that. But on the flip side, WWE's doctor, they cover that for you, you know. And you could go to your
That's part of the reason Daniel Bryan almost rushed in 2017.
because you go your own doctor. You spend money, spend your own insurance, or you go to the WWE doctor after that, or go to the company doctor first, and then do that for free. Then go to your doctor.
Well, here's the thing. This is how everybody gets cleared to return. They get cleared to return from WWE's doctor.
Uh-huh.
Not their personal doctor. If the company's doctor says you ain't clear, you ain't wrestling. Whether your personal doctor says yes or no.
Yeah.
And again, that's part of the reason why Daniel Bryan almost quit. Went to his doctor, said you're clear. Went to his wife's doctor, said you're clear. Goes to WWE's doctor multiple times, and yeah, you're not ready. Well, what do you mean I'm not ready? 2 different doctors said I'm clear to go. Well, you know what? I don't think I'm going to ask him out of the weeks. He's almost quit. It's like, thank you for being the
You know, one of the matches I'm looking forward to. Hopefully, this was like, you could say save the whole show, if you will. Brock Lesnar over Femi.
I'm not sure how that match is going to turn out, but I am interested in seeing how it turns out. But I'm interested in a ladder match. I'm interested in Seth Rollins and Gunther, Finn Balor and Dominic, even Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley. Oh, can't forget Jacob Fatu.
Yes, sir.
And the matches that I'm looking forward to. It's going to walk out champions.
I agree with Adam Pearce. I Show Speed should have went home. Now you in the big leagues, boy.
I told you to go home, but you kept coming around. Kept coming around, and now you gotta pay.
First of all, my biggest problem with I Show Speed, you need to leave the fan at home. What do you mean by that, Lee? I'll tell you what I mean by that. You're trying to you're training to be a superstar here in the WWE. Okay, everybody started as a wrestling fan. Out of that percentage, half of them became wrestlers. Yes, they still love this business. They'll always be a wrestling fan. But when you pull it to the parking lot, you are no longer a fan. You are a peer. Okay, you are a co-worker. These are your equals. Okay, these are not the people you look up to when you're growing up. You are trying to be one of these people.
Absolutely.
Leave the fan at home. This is work. These are your coworkers. These are your peers. You're trying to be one of these guys, one of these gals. You can't do that by going into fan mode every single time you see somebody.
That's a fact.
This is work. You come to Raw, come to SmackDown, NXT. You need to come to work.
It's the difference between going as a player and going as a worker.
Mm-hmm.
Big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Very big difference.
Our show Speed is now going to team with Logan Paul and Austin Theory to take on LA Knight, yeah, and the Usos. 6-man tag at WrestleMania.
Yep. Yep. And it's something Steve does not want to take part in.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do with this one. So we're rolling on
Mhm.
you're in your mouth. You better use whatever you want. And we got 2 upcoming documentaries that was mentioned by WWE over the weekend. We got one that will air on Peacock and the other will air on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm talking about these 2 Hall of Famers. We got Shawn Michaels, new documentary on Shawn Michaels will air on Peacock. And the other is the late great immortal Bret Hart, which will air on the Netflix.
Mm.
I was like, this is interesting. The Peacock, hold on. They're going to get something other than Saturday night's main event. But anyway, Shawn Michaels documentary will air on April 13th. Hulk Hogan's will air on April 26th. No, this is going to be pretty interesting.
Let's go across the street real quick to All Elite Wrestling pay-per-view this Sunday. Let's see what we got here. AEW Dynasty this Sunday. Matches are Alex Windsor against Marina Shafir. Interesting. FTR against Copeland Cage for the World Tag Team Championship. John Moxley. Huh?
Just so that you Christian.
Yeah, same thing. John Moxley take on Will Ospreay for the AEW Continental Championship. Andrade will take on Darby Allin. If Allin wins, he gets a future world title shot.
MJF versus Kenny Omega
Yeah.
for the AEW World Championship.
Tucker versus Jamie Hayter for the AEW Women's World Championship. And much more.
Yeah, so far they only got 6 matches announced.
Yeah.
Speaking of king versions, Backlash will take place in May. Overhyping and overhyping it a lot over the past 2 months. NJPW just had a pay-per-view over the weekend. Backlash 2026, which took place on April 3rd. And we have TMDK defeat Tobey Maccabee and Master Rado. You had Unbound defeat United Empire in a Superman tag match. You have Aaron Wolf, Ivy Maris, Joe, and Paul Yano defeat the House of Torture in an 8-man tag match. Will Ospreay did return to New Japan to team that could form a stablemate Great O'Khan and Arya to defeat Yuta Utsuno, Tachi, and El Desperado in a 6-man tag. Mishima defeated Alpha Torture, 6-man five match. The nose gets a pressure as he showed a luminal injury in the time in the trial. Knockout levels, which needed CM EK from the IWGP Content title. Man, this was a long time. This man is the new IWGP heavyweight champion who defeated the other two.
What's the name of the pay-per-view?
Sakura Genesis.
Wait, say it again?
Sakura Genesis.
All right. Your voice keeps dipping, by the way.
Sakura Genesis.
There you go. Okay.
And this is the 11th one they've done. The first one they did was in 2013 under the minimization attack. But yeah, they've been doing that show for several years now. They wrapped them up for March and April. Mostly April, but we gotta talk about Dan to Deliver.
Mm-hmm.
This past weekend, there's some new children crap. Gotta say congratulations to Tony D'Angelo on winning the NXT Championship. He is the second person to win all 3 times. He's a triple crown behind John Gargano. He won the tag title, North American title, Mountain. Lola Rice is defeated Fallon Henry and Kendrick Ray to win the NXT Women's Championship. So congrats are also in order for him. Then you have the Reality Project. They defeated Austin O'Connors to retain the NXT Tag Team Championships. So Luther defeated Zaria. Miles Bourne defeated Johnny Gargano to retain the NXT North American title. Tatum Paxley defeated Blake Monroe to retain the NXT Women's North American Championship. I can't say anything good about that show. All goes out to the very good. It wasn't a long show, but it was a decent show.
Mm-hmm.
I thoroughly enjoyed the show. A good show. Nothing crazy going on. Nothing. It was a solid show from start to finish. What do you think?
Well, I didn't get to see it, but who?
You didn't see it?
No, who was the guy? Tony Angelo was competing against.
It was Tony D'Angelo, Ricky Saints, Ethan Page, and Joe Andrew and Fatal Four-Way.
Interesting.
Fatal Four-Way for the NXT Championship.
Yeah. And
yeah, I think it's a precious show. It was really good.
yeah. Hang on a second, ladies and gentlemen. I just saw this. I want to share with you here. All right, check this out. All right, my friends, Dallas Jenkins, the creator of the Chosen series, is going to be hang on a second. Season 6, or we just did season 5. Season 6 is written. All the stuff is done. The film and everything is going to be released later on in November on Prime Videos. It's going to cover The 24 is going to cover Good Friday, the crucifixion, and the burial of Jesus Christ. So Friday, Saturday. Wait a minute. We're not going to touch the resurrection until season 7. So season 6 will focus on the crucifixion and the burial of Jesus. We're gonna get 3 episodes. We're gonna start 3 episodes starting November 15th. And then weekly episodes until December 6th. A special theatrical finale in the spring of 2027. So the first 3 episodes, November 15th. The 4th episode, November 22nd. The 5th episode, November 29th. Day before my birthday, by the way. December 6th. Prime Video. All these are Prime Video. And the season finale, you gotta go to the theater and check it out. I cannot give you the correct airtime on that. Maybe an hour, maybe at least it's gonna be 1 to 3 hours. 1 to 3 hours for the theatrical trailer, the theatrical finale. But that's pretty cool. Half of this stuff was filmed in Utah, Texas, and they went to Italy for the crucifixion scene. They deal with that in season 7, and of course, season 7 is the last round of The Chosen. And I said time and time again, the further we go in the series, the more iffy and the more heavy it's going to be. So the next time we hear from The Chosen, November 15th on Prime Video. Also, my Marvel fans, check this out. What you call it? Doomsday will be available in the theater. And check this out, everybody, and I do mean everybody, minus the obvious. Yes. Minus people that pass, obviously. But everybody we got left, everybody is on deck. All the members of the Fantastic Four, all the members of the C-rated the C-rated Avengers, the original Avengers, all 3 Spider-Mans, both Captain America, Sam and Steve. Everybody is on deck for Avengers Doomsday. But before we get to Avengers Doomsday, hang on. We have a Spider-Man movie. I don't know why she's saying we have a Spider-Man movie coming out. So 1 second. I can find it. Find it here. Spider-Man Brand New Day. Before we get to all that, July 31st, 2026. This is when let's go back to No Way Home, I think. When all he had to do was ask people to, hey, like he went to Doctor Strange. Can you come up with something to make people forget about Spider-Man? Hang on a second, everybody. I'm so sorry, y'all. That's my bad. Turn on my Bluetooth. I'm so sorry about that, David.
Yeah, no problem.
I turn my Bluetooth off 1 second. So, by the way, you didn't hear any of that, right?
I mean, you're the last thing to say.
All right, so Spider-Man, the new movie, Brand New Day. This follows No Way Home. When he went to Captain America, Doctor Strange. Hey, can you come up with something to make people The whole point of that was to get his friends to go to the same college that he was going to.
Yeah.
And then he messed around.
People forget I'm Peter Parker.
Huh?
Like, I want people to forget I'm Peter Parker.
Yeah. And all he had to do, and he ended up fucking stuff up and killing fine ass Aunt May. I miss Aunt May with her fine self.
Marissa Tomei is hot.
Huh?
I said Marissa Tomei is hot.
Yeah. I mean, you killed Aunt May, the new one May with her fine ass. And then, while forgetting that Peter Parker is Spider-Man is Peter Parker, they also forget that they're one and the same. So, while forgetting Peter Parker Spider-Man, people forget Spider-Man is Peter Parker. And you gotta start.
Right, yeah.
And you gotta start all over again.
Going back to wrestling, April 11th.
Mm-hmm.
April 11th is TNA's Rebellion. Saturday, April 11th, Cleveland, Ohio, pay-per-view. Leon Slater will defend the X Division Championship against Cedric Alexander. Frankie Kazarian will battle Elijah. Nick Nemeth will battle Bernard Cole. Oh, he's going to battle AJ Prince, excuse me. It's going to be Nick Bonnie Coast. You don't have a clue who that is. Anyway, Troy Miguel will face Mustafa Ali for the TNA International Championship. An elegant win will battle Mickey James, ODB, and Terrence Terrell in a 6-woman hardcore match. Moose will battle Special Agents War. Ariana Grace will defend the knockout championship against Lady Yin. The Hardy Boy will.
Man, hang on. This Bluetooth is killing me, y'all. All right, repeat that.
Mostly title matches.
Yeah, I gotta get. Oh, where the hell is this coming from, man? The Bluetooth got. I thought I turned this off. Okay. All right. I lost them. One more time, y'all.
Yeah.
All right. I forgot I pressed forget device. It shouldn't come on no more. Okay. Where's right? And April 11th, man.
Okay, and the NXT is going to be starting in
Yeah.
a couple of minutes, actually.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be the Albert call-out from Stand and Deliver on the CW live.
Well, that's TNA. I meant earlier. You talked about earlier, but tonight NXT in a little bit.
Yeah, we're less than 13 minutes away before they go on the air on the CW network. All the fallout from Stand and Deliver. The new champions will come out. And of course, we do know that there's going to be some interesting matches. Tony D'Angelo will address the crowd. Lola Vice will have her championship celebration. So we're going to see who comes out and who shows out on NXT tonight.
Yes, sir, everybody. Well, we're going to get on out of here, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you next time.
Yes, everybody be safe and take care. Peace.
See you, everybody. Y'all bear with me 1 second.
This episode is brought to you by Backup Deliveries and More, LLC. They put the D in delivery. Call 888-71-BACKUP. That's 800-712-2587 or 817-204-7259. Visit WeGotBackup.com or find them on Facebook. You can save a whole lot of money with their services. And here's great news. They're in need of drivers. If you have a CDL license, contact them today and get paid.
You listen to Wrestling Tracks.
Y'all listen there, Wrestling Next.
Suplex City, yeah, we flip like a Mac. Flip, mic check, 1, 2, breaking it back. Talk, rope, talk, yeah, we lay with the.
Oh, sorry about that, y'all. Technical difficulties all over the place. We gotta go. Thank y'all for joining us, everybody. See ya.